as we promised Namibia, we are starting off. That is our very first interview here on the very first edition of the show for the new year, the 2nd of January. And Charity MUKUMBA is this year's sixth top best performing student, as recently announced. That is by the Namibia Senior Secondary Certificate Ordinary Level. And she is a learner that is from the Oshingambo High School region, in the Oshokoto region, I beg your pardon. And she is now in studio with us, and we're really happy to have you here. How are you, Charity?
I'm quite nervous, but very excited to be here.
Is it? They say nerves are good. They say nerves are very good, so that's a good thing. So also good morning to you.
Good morning.
Yeah, here we start off the new year. Look at you, still wearing your school uniform. You're looking great, and I'm personally very excited to, pick your brain here this morning. But let's start with you introducing yourself to the Namibian nation. Okay, we've been hearing your name, it's been out there, but who is Charity? Where was she born? What are some of her hobbies? Let's start there.
Okay, my name is Charity MUKUMBA. I'm an ordinary level student. I'm 16 years old. I was born in Windhoek. I would say my hobbies are reading. I find that quite fascinating. Like, I've recently wrote a book with the title The End. We're still waiting to publish it. Let me say, I'm quite interested in music, which is piano. I play the piano. That's really all about myself.
Is it? So middle C, you know where middle C is, obviously. Okay, great stuff. Also, the book that you said you wrote, I don't want to, obviously, without us giving out all information, when do you think you might be ready for publishing?
Hopefully, by God's grace, during the middle of the year, we might be able to publish it. Or if better, earlier.
Okay.
Yeah.
And the end, is it like, I don't know if it's a good or bad thing. What are we?
It's a mysterious type of book to keep the readers ongoing.
Enticed. Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, well, fantastic. So, Charity, top 6, that is a big deal, okay? And that's why I said we're going to be celebrating you for a very, very long time. It is really a big deal, having come out in the 6th position when it comes to, your results and so on. Were you expecting it by any chance, or was it a surprise to you too?
Honestly, I was not expecting it. Like, when I first got the news, I was shocked. I didn't expect myself to actually try and make it to the top 10 in Namibia, because I believe there are many brilliant students out there, and I honestly didn't even think that I would be able to have such an opportunity. So I would really just thank God for allowing me to actually make it to the top.
Okay, let's talk about your support system. I think it's a very good thing to have. What would you say was the role they played during this time? What did your parents say? What were their responses? What were your friends saying, And what role did they also play in terms of contributing towards this big achievement?
Okay, my parents actually were quite far from me, so we would mostly communicate through the phone. They would always make time just to call me and be like, don't worry, you can do it. I have faith in you. We're praying for you. And that really kept me going, because it just made me feel like I was loved by everyone. My friends were actually quite there for me. They would wake me up when we need to study. They would always be there for me. Mm-hmm. And yeah, that's basically my support group.
Oh,
yeah.
Look at you. So which subjects did you come out strong in? Like the strongest, let's put it there.
Honestly, I'm not sure, because all my subjects have the same symbols, A stars, so I think I came out strong in all of them.
It's safe to say, hey? It's safe to say. Okay, fantastic. Now, another thing, Charity, before we get back to, your school and so on, it's a new year. We're going to be hearing a lot of Namibians say, Happy New Year, for the longest time. I think somewhere until end of February, we're likely to do that. We do that all the time, But one thing we're talking about is New Year's resolutions, goals, that kind of stuff. So where are you at in terms of your resolutions for this year?
Honestly, I feel like the first thing that would be on my list is releasing that book that I wrote. Mm-hmm. And then second is trying to work hard so I can make it next year also. Mm-hmm. I feel like those are my main focus for this year. I don't really want to bombard myself with too much things.
Absolutely.
And hopefully, if I get a chance, I want to try and open a soup kitchen just to give back what I got. Yeah.
Oh, Charity. That's so sweet. Okay, so let's talk about your plans in terms of proceeding. Is it straight to varsity or grade 12? What's happening there?
I'll be going to grade 12 next year. I feel like if I continue with that level, I'll expose myself to many opportunities in the ongoing years.
Also, a message for, I want to say, for your, your students, the grade 11s of last year, of 2022. What message do you have for them, for those that also, came out strong like you, for those who did not come out strong? And at the same time, what message do you have now for, the grade 11 students for this year?
Okay. For those ones that came out strong like me, I hope we keep on the good work and we can show our country that we're able to make it, because I believe we're the future leaders for tomorrow, and I believe that as we keep on pushing ourselves, we can do it. And for those ones that didn't come out strong, I believe that you can still have faith that you're able to make it further. I feel like you shouldn't give up, because also God doesn't give up on us, so you shouldn't give up on yourself. Yeah.
Indeed. So, what do you want to study? Now we want to know, eventually what direction do you want to venture into, which path, career path? What do you want to study?
Well, I want to become a cardiologist. Recently, I've been given an opportunity to shadow a doctor in Namibia, Dr. Bashir, Simon Bashir. Okay. And I really learned a lot about cardiology, and it really exposed me in that field. And I feel like I really want to continue with that field in the future, because I think I really love the heart. Yes. Yeah, you do, and you've got a great heart as well, considering you want to do, your soup kitchen and give back, and so, I can see matters of the heart are very important to you. Now, Charity, you're here, and, there's a very, very important platform. Studying techniques, if we can take anything from you, what are your studying techniques? Some people listen or study with music on, they can't do without music. Some people, I don't know, recite things like over and over, What are your studying techniques? We want to take away from you this morning. Okay. Honestly, yes, it's true. Many students have various study techniques, but mine are, okay, I do study with music, but only on specific subjects. There are specific subjects that need your major concentration. Like, okay, the only subject I'll study music with is math.
Is it?
Yeah.
Don't say.
Math is the only subject.
So you're listening to finding X while you're listening to music?
Yes, I feel like that really enhances my concentration. I'm not sure, because I find it like a mind game type of subject that you just need to play with a little bit. Yeah, and I would say adequate sleep, honestly, and just consistent. You have to be consistent with your work. Like, you can't just try and that laziness has to go, like, honestly. What I would also say is I recite. I like saying my words out loud, so I like studying in a confined space just by myself. Yeah, and also I feel like if you sneak a little prayer in there just to keep you going will help a lot.
Actually, a lot. Yeah. Okay. So what would you say is like your least favorite subject ever? Because clearly it's not math. I think a lot of people will tell you it's math, but I think it's not math for you.
Okay, for me, I don't really have a subject I don't like.
Okay.
I feel like I'm very invested in all my subjects. I feel like all of them just expose me to new things, and I like learning. I like learning new things that happen in the world, so I'm just like, wow, this is very nice, it's interesting. So I don't think I have a worst subject. But if I was to pick that out, I think it would be, okay, but I don't do it, but I used to do it, Oshindonga.
Is it?
Yeah, I did not like the subject at all. I had to drop it. Yeah,
Is
it was not easy. Languages is not my thing.
Is it?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, as we wrap up this conversation, it was so nice chatting with you. What do you have to say to your fellow Namibians this morning?
Well, I hope you have a blessed day and you continue shining and smiling in the morning. And throughout the rest of the day, yeah.
Still nervous?
Yeah.
Oh, thank you so much for coming in, Charity. I wish you all the best. We wish you all the best here from MBC. We know you're going to, keep shining. You were speaking on the subject of shining, and you're going to do exceptionally well going forward, and we are keeping our eyes on you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Cool. There you have it, future doctor and top 6 best performing student that is from the Oshingambo High School, Miss Charity MUKUMBA here in studio, talking to us about that is, you know, first giving us insight to who she is, her favorite subjects, how she studies. We hope you took a thing or two there from her, because if there's one thing I always thought, reciting is not the way to go, but she does it. It definitely works for her. But like she said, different techniques for different students. But what also came out strong there, stop the laziness, guys. That's what she said. You can't expect to go somewhere and be lazy, you know. So put in the work and you'll definitely get the results that you do want. We continue with more after the very short break.